This is Lady Kitty. I'm here making a pony. I'm just gonna make it under bags because it's convenient. It layers over top of stuff. I choose the cheapest one because when you're making stuff out of buttons like this, it really doesn't matter what you use because it's basically all buttons, and you want to minimize the price as much as possible because the buttons can get pretty pricey. Here, just sort of lay out the body of the pony, I guess. The front ones, the bigger ones, the front part of their body. Smaller ones, the butt. The smaller you make the butt, the skinnier your pony will be. And there's your head. You're probably going to want to make it a little bigger than that. I think I do change it later on in the video. But pretty much the key to making anything on the design studio is layering. Because you want to be careful about how you layer stuff and just to sort of like maximize how productive you are and like lower the price. Because if you make too many layers, it's just like, you end up having to make stuff over each other. So what I'm doing there is I'm making the back two legs first, so it's easier to sort of work with the layers. Like you put the body parts in front of the back legs, and if you want to layer something, like if you put something down already and you want to make it layer over something else, you just delete it and then undo, and it'll be a higher layer. So the reason why I'm doing sort of two sets, see, like that, okay, I deleted it and then I undid, and so now it's on top of the back leg, yeah. And there I go, making the head bigger. And so the reason why I'm doing sort of two layers, oh yes, and then next you want to do the mane. You probably want to do the mane before you layer the body on top of everything, just because, like, that's only if you want a mane that goes behind your pony's body. If you don't have to worry about that. And the reason why you want to do the body first and not everything else is so you have sort of a framework to work with. Now, the reason why I'm doing finally get to it. The reason why I'm doing like two sets of the little button things, like a darker set and a lighter set, is that if you watch the show, you'll notice that the ponies have sort of like a darker outline. And I like that, and it sort of helps the lighter colors sort of stand out against any background they're against. If you want to, you can do that. You don't have to. I mean, it's cheaper if you don't, just because you don't use quite as much material. But I mean, it's not that much because you don't have to fill in everything, just sort of the outside layers, and then you're good. Okay, here we go with the top layer of the legs. Every time I do the buttons, they're a different color because they're the sliders. If you want to, and you want to get the colors like exactly correct, like I wasn't too worried about this one because it's just an example and it's not a gift for anybody. So if you're extremely worried, you can go back and click the buttons you've already made a certain color, and then see how it says alterations and adjustments. You can click on the color sliders, and that'll give you like the value of that particular slide, and then you can go and adjust the different like slides for the new buttons, and you can have an exact match to the color. So basically, all I'm doing is laying out that under framework, probably using too many buttons, more than I should. Because I mean, it's just a framework. And as you'll see in the end, this like doesn't end up looking too good. But it doesn't matter, it's just an example. You'll probably do it better. I don't know, what else do I talk about? Oh yeah, see? You use the buttons to layer, to sort of like blend the leg into the hindquarters, I guess. And that's why you want to do this outer leg last. Here I'm just fixing a glitch thing with the leg. Not important. That's my... why did I take so long with this? And then I want to stuff these there. That's just my OCD taking over. No, I don't actually have OCD. I made that up. I made it up, I'm sorry. I'm running out of breath. Good thing I have a bottle of water right here. So yeah, basically all this is just double layering again. I find the double layering especially helps when you're trying to sort of create perspective, because it keeps the back legs from blending into the front legs. Bending! I'm a pony bender. What? I'm not an airbender, I'm a pony bender. Get off, water. Okay, so see, this is what I meant about the stem of the tail. see how it sticks a little bit into the pony? You probably don't want that. So it's easiest to just not do any of the blending work that I just did on the back leg first. I know, it's complicated. It's so complicated because as you'll see later, I have to go through and like delete everything and redo it. And it's just, oh, there's my drawing. See, okay, here my mom came in to talk to me. Okay, anyway, back to the main deal, because she came in, she's like, who are you talking to? And I was like, myself, because I don't have friends. And she's like, well, maybe you should leave the house sometime. Oh, see, here I go. I have to undo everything, layer it back over again, take way too much time. It's just annoying. So yeah, if you want to be like savvy with that, I would recommend doing the tail before you blend everything. And then when you're filling it in, if you don't, you can like do the little, like how their tails sometimes have like stripes in them to sort of make it look more like hair, tailed hair. Is that horsehair? I don't even know what to call it anymore. Oh, I'm so confused. Because I don't think it's fur, because it's longer. And our Yorkie doesn't have fur, she has hair. At least that's what my sister says. I trust my sister. She is a smart girl. So anyway, you can do sort of things in like lines. And that sort of creates automatic streaky things, because these certain kind of buttons, they sort of get like darker on the outsides, you notice? So they sort of create pretty streaky things. Blah, voice crack. That's the muzzle. So now for little mouth. I like using those little feathers just because they look like little smileys already for the nose and mouth. There was something really important I was going to say. Oh gosh, I forgot. Okay, here I'm making the eye. Not really much to say about this one. Just, it's an eyeball. If you want to give your pony longer lashes, you can use a different kind of feather. If you want to give her bottom lashes, you could find a better reference picture. Because the reference picture I was using was of Fluttershy, who doesn't have the bottom eyelashes like some of the ponies, like Pinkie Pie sort of has the bottom lashes. And that's just doing the mane in front of her face, because she's an emo pony. No, she's not. I'm kidding. I don't even know who this is. It's just a bunch of colors I like, and I think they look pretty together. So, okay, just messing around with the mane, making it look a little bit better. This mane looks a little weird because it's kind of clinging to her face. I think a little bit later on, I go back and I fix that. But it doesn't end up looking very good anyway, which is why I'm glad this is just an example, so I don't have to, like, give someone this poopy work. It does take a long time. I fast forward this video times 8. The original clip was like an hour, I think. So, really, if you want to make a pony, it's not always worth it. Basically, all I would do after this is fill in the mane. I guess it cut off on me. No! Okay, so all I would do after this was fill in the mane, like I did the tail. Do the ear, which is pretty easy. Just like layer a couple buttons on top of one another. And then the cutie mark, I mean, it changes from every pony, so I guess you just do what you want to do. So that's it. Bye!